Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of NASCAR Heat 5. In today's video, we're headed to Las Vegas for race number 1 in round 2 of the playoffs. So we made it through the first round of the playoffs, and as it turned out, we made it through with flying colors, even the win at Bristol aside. We had some good finishes in round number 1, but round number 2, just as it should be, is going to be even more challenging. But not only will we be racing at Las Vegas today, but we've got another thing to take care of. We need to upgrade our car. So we've been talking about this upgrade on the suspension to go from 95 to 100 for seemingly forever now, and the day has finally arrived. So let's go ahead. I'm going to upgrade, and suspension goes to $108 million, and luckily we have more than enough money to take care of that. So we're going to go ahead and purchase that. And boy, does that look beautiful under the department maximums, 190 and 100. So that just leaves the aero as the final component that we need to upgrade. So it's going to take another $4 million for the next upgrade on the aero. But right now, I am extremely happy to have our car at the place where it currently is. Now let's take a brief look at the upcoming tracks. So which 3 tracks are part of round 2 of the playoffs, or the round of 12? Las Vegas, Talladega, and the Charlotte Roval. Now, immediately, you will likely notice that 2 of those 3 we don't even have a chassis for. So, yeah, that puts us in a very interesting spot. And a lot of what I decide to do here will depend on how the race at Las Vegas goes. Now, I don't think we have a car to contend for a victory at Las Vegas, but what I'm really hoping is that we can get at least a top 10, lots of stage points, that kind of thing, so that we can put ourselves in a great points position for the final 2 races. And then we got some decisions to make where we want to go from there. But for right now, first things first, we need to assign some employees and get some work done on these chassis. Now, we really don't have any use for the short track chassis just yet. It's going to be a little while down the road before we would need that, but with our work today, Speedway chassis number 2 will be fully upgraded, and at this point, that includes a 100 on the suspension. So very happy to see that. I like the way this has worked out. Let's go ahead and start the work here. All right, there you go. That's going to take us back to the main screen. But before we head into today's race, let's just take a quick look at where we are in the standings. Now, of course, we're in the round of 12, and that means in order to make it to round 3 of the playoffs, we need to be in the top 8. And right now, we are just barely there. But the good news is we're there. We're at a +3. It's not a whole lot, but we will take every point we can get. And, of course, we know those stage wins and race wins are what get you those playoff points, which do indeed carry over from round to round. So let's take a look at what we've got here in this round. So Kurt Busch is at the bottom of the stack right now at -7. So he's not even very far out. A couple of good stages and he'll find himself right back in the mix. So our +3 is precariously close to the cut line. But then you look ahead of us and you see some guys who have a bit more of a cushion down through the top 5, including Brad K. So from 6th on down, it is going to be a dogfight. And then from there up, we'll just have to see how these guys can perform, see if they're able to hold on to those big point leads, or if they fall back into our clutches. We need a great race at Las Vegas. It's time to find out. All right, folks, it is race time here at Las Vegas. And boy, do we have a great starting spot. We will be on the outside of row 2 in position number 4. So we had really good single lap speed. Let's see what we can do over the course of these individual stages, which will be a little bit longer than that.
Hammer down. Got a car coming inside now.
A little surprised to see the number 6 car there in front of us. All right, first things first, let's try to get down to the bottom. Ooh, they're leaving that bottom open for me. Yep, I'm taking that. If we can get up to speed a little bit better than them, and they're giving me that bottom, I'm sure going to try to take that.
Car outside, hold your line. You're all clear up top there.
So here at Vegas, you've definitely got plenty of grooves to work with.
3 wide, keep pushing.
And of course,
You're
as
all clear
always,
up the bottom,
there
man.
are many, many different ways of running this
Car low
track.
now. Clear low, bud. All right, you're clear there.
All right, right now I am choosing not to lift. So instead, what I'm doing on corner entry is I'm simply dragging the brake just a little bit. Now, of course, under new tires, you don't have to do much at all because you can run this either wide open or all but wide open.
Inside. You got room.
The troubling part right now is just how much quicker these guys are on the straightaway.
Looking inside now. You got room. You're
Oh,
clear
hello.
there.
Little love tap there going into the corner from the 18. Looks like these guys are so much stronger on the straightaway than me, which is a bit odd, but we'll go with it. But it looks like we're better than them so far, it looks like, in 1 and 2. We'll have to see about 3 and 4. It looks like I'm holding my own pretty good there. But look at the 18. I mean, it's like he's got an extra
Car on the
gear
outside now.
coming to our outside on the straightaway there. That is
Top
wow.
3, use it if you need it.
But yeah, right now I have not lifted since we got going. I'm simply dragging the brake a little bit. But the biggest thing I'm trying to do is account for where the 18 is. Because again, just look how much quicker he is. I mean, he is blowing my doors off down the straightaway.
All right, you're clear there.
And we know he's not getting through turns 1 and 2 better than me. Now 3 and 4, I could believe he's getting through there better than me. I mean, again, I'm trying to let the car float as much as I can to maintain as much speed as I can, but I just can't do anything with him on the front stretch. He is heads and tails better than me. So that means it's going to come down to how the tires wear, how we lose grip or don't lose grip over the course of stage 1 and 2, and then we'll see about making a pit stop at the end of stage 2. This is a type of track that it could work out for us, but if we're able to hold on to a top 3 or a top 5 running position here for the first 2 stages, then it's going to be very hard to pit in stage 3. Because that's a lot of cars to pass in what will likely be a very short stage. So yeah, right now I have not lifted basically the entirety of the race. I may have had to lift a little bit in turn 1 getting up to speed as I was coming up on those guys.
2 to go.
But basically I have not lifted
You're
at
all
all.
clear up top there.
So just dragging that brake, and we'll see how that happens to work out for us later on in the race. But again, just a little bit on entry, dragging the brake, not very much at all, and definitely not using a lot of brake when I'm dragging it.
White flag, bring it home.
It's basically just to, I'm using it to point the nose, essentially, to break our momentum just enough that I can get the car to rotate and point in the direction I need it to, but that's it. So final lap here in stage 1. I really want to bring home this stage win because of course that gives us a playoff point as well, and I'm really hoping we move through to round 3 and beyond in the playoffs, and that 1 point will come in very handy.
You took that stage.
All right, we did it. So stage 1, put a big green check by that, 10 points, and also 1 playoff point. All right, so stage 1 is in the books. All right, 26 laps remaining. Overall, we will not be pitting right now. All right, so the initial start of the race, these guys did not get off to a very fast start. Let's see if that continues here in stage number 2.
All right, you're clear there.
All right, so I'm going to hook this bottom pretty good. All right, let's see how quickly they come back on me, because obviously I'm not going to just run away from them. All right, right now Logano is right here with me. And of course, where would we be without the 18?
Car high, careful. You're all clear up top. Got one down,
Oh,
one
hello.
out. You got
Oh,
room. You're clear.
the 22
Inside,
sent us up the
inside.
hill. So I guess that's one way to get by us. That'll do it. All right, we should have some nice momentum coming off this
Careful,
corner,
there.
which we do, but I still cannot contend with these guys in front of me on the
Careful,
straightaway. That they are just crushing me.
Inside, inside.
Now, part of that you can account for with the fact that we are not fully upgraded with our aero, so that's going to add a little bit of extra drag to the car, no doubt. But
Careful.
I'm
Still
not
there.
sure if it's that much. Maybe it is, but that is quite a bit of extra drag, because they are killing me on the straightaways. Even when I'm running a little bit higher lane, trying to
Inside. All right,
maintain
you're clear.
momentum, it's
You
still...
got room. You're clear.
All right, so in third, and we're cleared now in third. Again, love seeing these guys using the multiple grooves, and it is a lot of fun to run up top here at Vegas at both ends of the track. All right, let's see if these guys can run away from me now. Now that they've gotten by me, let's see if they can manage to clear me and then keep going. So far, so good. We're hanging right in there. So yeah, they're definitely a little bit faster, but they're not running away and
5 laps to
hiding.
go.
And I'm still driving the car the same way as I was. Still foot to the floor, dragging that brake a little bit. At this point, I'm definitely thinking that we're going to be pitting at the end of stage 2. Simply because, I mean, you can tell, I can sort of hang in there with these guys, but I don't have anything for them as far as catching them and passing them. So right now, I'm just hanging on, which is perfectly fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, finishing third in the first race of this round of the playoffs is definitely nothing to be sad about. However, right now I'm thinking let's increase that fun quotient quite a bit. Take it to the rear and try to run like the hills through this field. Drive it like you stole it. All right, let's see what happens if I sort of venture up the track a little bit with these guys. I've been sticking to the bottom pretty good, because I feel like I need to make this thing as short as I can for the most part, but there's also a lot of momentum to be gained by running a little bit higher line. So we'll try them both out from time to time, see how it works.
2 to go.
You can see I'm still faster than these guys through 1 and 2, and that's really my savior at this point. Because 3 and 4, I can't do anything with them. But 1 and 2, I can hang right there with them, and in fact beat them through those corners. 3 and 4, I just sort of break even, maybe even lose a little bit with them.
Last
All right, so final lap here in stage number 2. All right, no pressure from behind, so we can pretty much run whatever groove we want to. In fact, just by looking in the mirror there, it looks like they're miles behind us. Okay, not too bad. We'll come home in stage number 2 with a 3rd place finish. So we're racking up the points. here. No playoff point in this stage. Kyle Busch will bring that one home. But now we've got that decision to make, but I'm sure you guys have probably figured out. We got 15 laps remaining. I am a crazy person for pitting right now, but we're doing it. We are absolutely doing it. Fuel, none of that's really going to matter. So let's go ahead and get this thing done. Oh boy, what have I gotten myself into now?
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Be ready here. Car there on the inside.
All right, so we have, how many laps left? 13? 12 laps. Of course we do.
Stay high up there.
All right, here we go.
Stay
Let
high,
the
stay
fun, let the fun begin. You boy.
You got room. You're clear there. All right, clear outside.
Wow, this is wild. These guys are everywhere.
Still there. Still there.
At this point, I have lifted. I have been lifting some instead of just dragging the brake, simply because these guys are everywhere, and I never know what's going to be open to me. So I've been trying to sort of hedge my bets a little bit. Like right here, the seas parted and they gave me the bottom. But before, I was having to go through the middle, up on top. I'm everywhere. Now the 8 car, if he doesn't go high, it's just going to be criminal.
Still there. Clear low, clear low.
All right, now these guys are going to give me the bottom. And I like that.
All right, you're clear. Car high, careful there.
Just as long as you'll give me a free lane, I'm a happy man. I don't too much care about where it is. Just give me one. 9 car is not enjoying his run today at Las Vegas.
Careful, still there. You're all clear up top.
Oh, we're clear up top. And I was already on the bottom. So it didn't work out quite the way I wanted it to that set of corners. Let's see what they give me going into 3 and 4. Again, you can hear the engine change its tune. That's where I'm dragging the brake a little bit right now, more than ever. Just trying to stay off of these guys and figure out what they're going to give me.
Outside. You're all clear up top.
All right, believe it or not, this is actually going much better than I thought it was going to. They've given me some nice room for the most part.
You're all clear up top there.
All right, the 20 car was playing little games with me there. All right, let's see what he does going into the corner. All right, he's going to stay on the bottom, so we'll take the middle here. Try to get clear. There we go. All right, that puts us in the top 10, so I'm feeling a lot better right now about our decision to pit. I knew we'd have plenty of speed, but it's a matter of where are these guys running and what kind of openings are we going to get. All right, 47, I need you to stay up top. If you'll stay up top, I'll be happy. And sure enough, it gets me exactly what I need. Thank you very much, sir. Because, of course, he did that for me, obviously. Of course he did. All right, really appreciate that. I believe that was Suarez.
Car outside, hold your line.
At least I think it was.
5 to go, driver. Stay on the bottom here.
Oh, hello. That was a wonderful jolt.
Still there.
Yikes.
All right, you're clear.
That was not what I was expecting from him. Thought I was giving him plenty of room. Guess not. All right, so that puts us into 8th position. But as always, the fun part of this is we're running out of time. How far can we get? Can we get back to the top 5? We're running out of cars to pass, and most importantly, we're running out of laps to get to them. 4 laps remaining.
Careful.
All right, so
Still there.
In case you're wondering, my driving style
You're clear there.
over the last several laps, now that we've gotten clear of some of that traffic, has returned to the full throttle and simply dragging the brake a little
Got
bit.
room. You're clear. Car there on the outside. You got room. You're clear.
All right, so those two cars give us 6th position. All right, I like it. 3 more laps to catch this group in front of us. See if we can do anything with them. I got to get there first. We're starting to see some familiar faces. I see the 19. I see the 22 up there. All right, I like it. We just need, as always, we just need a few more laps. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to those guys in time. I mean, we're getting there, but not as quickly as we need to. But at this point, if we don't gain any more positions, then I'm still happy that we pitted. The fun quotient more than overrides a couple of positions on the track for me.
One more to go.
All right, here we go. Final lap. Oh, so aggravating when you get this close to them. But at the same time, it also makes it pretty fun because you got to keep this in mind as you're coming through the field, that you're on a very, very short schedule and you got to get there as soon as you can. But today, not quite to the top 5. 6th place is where we're going to come home, and I am very happy about that. I will take that. We got a lot of stage points, and along the way, we came home with a 6th place finish, solidly inside the top 10. Yes, please. I will take it. All right, so let's hop forward. Let's see how much money we get. Race earnings. There we go, $1.1 million. Yes, please. Keep that up. Now, what does that do for our playoff standings? Of course, you can see there the playoff points. We did get 1 by virtue of winning stage number 1, and we are now plus 17. Unfortunately for Matt Kenseth and Ryan Blaney, they've sort of dug themselves a pretty deep hole here after one race. Not insurmountable, of course, but they have indeed dug themselves a hole. But 17 points is nice. Now, what do we do for the final 2 races of this stage of the playoffs? Well, not sure yet. I've got some ideas, but we'll talk more about that when we come back next time. So for today, thank you so much for joining me, and stick around for more action from round 2 of the NASCAR playoffs.